recordarme cuando todo era nuevo, el día que te enamoraste, dijimos que lo nuestro sería eterno. Tu perdón, te lo juro que no voy a soportar tu despedida. Aunque digan que no hay mal que duró más de 100 años, no quisiera ser el primer idiota en comprobarlo. Un amor como el nuestro, sabes que no se ve a diario. Un amor como el nuestro vale la pena salvarlo.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Patsy Torres will be with us in just a second. She's logged on. I got to get myself beautiful, waiting in anticipation for one of the Tejano superstars, Miss Dr. Patsy Torres.
Si me pides que yo cambie, yo haré lo que tú me pidas. Es un humano someter más un error que te cuesta regalarme tu perdón. Te lo juro que no voy a soportar tu despedida. Aunque digan que no hay mal que duró más de 100 años, no quisiera ser el primer idiota en comprobarlo. Un amor como el nuestro, sabes que no se ve a diario. Un amor como el nuestro vale la pena salvarlo.
Beautiful song from Cristello. Like I told you, Patsy Torres has logged on. We'll be with her in just a second.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that was Cien Años from Cristello. And now the time that we've all been waiting for. The one, the only, Dr. Patsy Torres.
Hi.
How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you bet. No problem. You're just a little quiet there.
Am I? Boy, yeah. I had a hard time getting on.
You've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. No, it kept saying that I didn't have the right browser and all this other stuff.
Oh. Like, Yeah, sometimes it can be difficult. Are you using an iPhone? There you are. I see you now.
Well, I wanted to use my computer, but everything was on the iPhone and I couldn't get on there. And I was like,
Oh, yeah, that can be difficult. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. Sorry, I had a phone call on the other line. I can't do that right now.
I know. I've been trying to stop my phone calls also.
Well, thank you so very much for joining the show. Obviously, we already have some fans on there. Sonia said hello, and so does Miss Andy Bustamante. She's got a beautiful voice. One of the new Tejano stars.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and one of our faithful here is Norma Salazar. She's always listening in, always checking in from Holland, Michigan. How about that? Pretty good. Well, she froze. Wow. There you are.
Oh. Well, hi, sister.
I can hear you. There you are. Okay, you're back.
Okay.
Okay. So, first off, how have you been now that you're on now?
I know, and hopefully we stay on.
Right.
Well, I've been great. Now that things are opening up, we're the band's excited about traveling again. We've been in the studio working on new music. Our latest album, the last album, got Album of the Year at the Tejano Music Awards. So we were really excited about that too.
Yeah, most definitely. And your album that you have now, excuse me, let's see here. Where did I put it? I'm not
Oh,
prepared.
this one.
Yeah, the Amor Mio. There you go. The
Well,
people.
this one is called Dame tu Corazón.
Oh, Dame tu corazón. Sorry.
That's the latest. That's the one that got the album of the year.
Right.
And we did the video of Noticias Falsas on it. And
Yes.
and Puro Party and
Right.
Dame tu Corazón.
I got a chance to meet Michelle Shell, who did the Poodle Party with you. That was
Oh,
really
she did
awesome.
an awesome job. We had so much fun.
Yes, it seemed like y'all were having fun. She's a very bright personality, isn't she? Hello. Well, I guess she fell off again. Well, we're going to keep on going. Here is that song that she was talking about, Noticias Falsas, from Patsy Torres, as we try to get this all squared away.
Ahora, última hora.
Amigos míos, hay algo que debo decirles, aunque los medios nos dan información. La ira está creciendo diariamente por noticias falsas con historias de ficción. Lo veo en las redes y noticias y lo escucho en el radio todo el tiempo. Todo el mundo se está volviendo loco, por eso te doy mi argumento. No, no noticias falsas. Ya no quiero más noticias falsas. Ya me cansé de las mentiras y amenazas. ¿A quién creemos que creemos? ¿Es verdad o no? No, no noticias falsas. Con escándalos y las conspiraciones. Es un negocio de malas intenciones. Quiero gritar, no más, no más, no más, no más, no noticias falsas.
Y en más noticias, el grupo de Patsy Torres protagonizó un escándalo el fin de semana. Todo parece indicar.
No, no más. Estamos siendo divididos por prejuicios y muchos juzgan a otros como un juez. No creas todo lo que escuchas y lo que lees, y solo la mitad de lo que ves. No, no noticias falsas. Ya no quiero más noticias falsas. Ya me cansé de las mentiras y amenazas. ¿A quién creemos que creemos? ¿Es verdad o no? No, no noticias falsas. Con escándalos y las conspiraciones. Es un negocio de malas intenciones. Quiero gritar, no más, no más, no más, no noticias falsas. Busca la verdad que no te engañe, en quien puedes confiar, mucho cuidado. Debes decir, no más, no más, no más, no más, no noticias falsas. No, no noticias falsas, con escándalos y las conspiraciones.
Well, Patsy's still going to try to get back on. She's checking everything out, trying to see if maybe she can log in with a different way. In the meantime, we just played this song. Everything's falling apart today.
Sé que te voy a
Because Miss Andy Bustamante is on here, and I said hello to her earlier. She dropped in. This is the one. There you go. This is Entre el Fría Calor from Andy Bustamante. Very good song. You're going to like it. Trust me.
Adiós, mi amor.
Yes.
Ahora sí ya me cansé de tanto amar. Te di todo mi corazón, de mi vida te di mi amor, y yo te digo adiós. Es tan fácil olvidar cuando se ama en verdad, pero mi corazón ya no puede más, ya no puede más. Entre el frío y el calor se fue muriendo la pasión. Mi alma no pudo más seguir luchando por tu amor. Sé que te voy a extrañar, pero mi vida seguirá entre el frío y el calor. Adiós, mi amor. Entre el frío y el calor fue muriendo la pasión. Mi alma no pudo más seguir luchando por tu amor. Sé que te voy a extrañar, pero mi vida seguirá entre el frío y el calor. Adiós, mi amor. Entre el frío y el calor. Adiós, mi amor.
Soy más fuerte que tus engaños y las traiciones con las que siempre me has pagado. Soy más fuerte que las palabras con las que siempre intentaste humillarme. Soy fuerte, soy más fuerte. No esperes ver mis ojos llorando por tu adiós. Hace tiempo se cansaron. No esperes que mi corazón extrañe tu amor. Hace tiempo ya te he olvidado y solo Dios me dio el valor y soy más fuerte. más fuerte que los golpes que me dabas. Cada noche que llegaba soy fuerte, soy más fuerte. No esperes ver mis ojos llorando por tu adiós. Hace tiempo se cansaron. No esperes que mi corazón extrañe tu amor. Hace tiempo ya te he olvidado y solo Dios me dio el valor y soy más fuerte. No esperes ver mis ojos llorando por tu adiós. Hace tiempo se cansaron. No esperes que mi corazón extrañe tu amor. Hace tiempo ya te he olvidado y solo Dios me dio el valor y soy más fuerte. Y solo Dios me dio el valor y soy más fuerte.
Ah, the beautiful song from Mónica Saldivar. Next up is a new song from David Dianda from Y Excelencia. This is Ese Fuego que te quema.
Eres como un ángel. Yo encendido porque no puedo dejarte. Te di mi corazón con toda mi pasión y ahora sé que fue mi culpa. Yo fui el veneno entre tus venas, ese fuego que te quema. Ya no quiero verte sufrir. Sé que no puedes evitarlo, ese fuego que te quema. Mis sueños viven en ti, tú siempre vives en mí. No quiero verte más sufrir. Yo fui el veneno entre tus venas, ese fuego que te quema. Ya no quiero verte sufrir.
me engañó. Yo no sé por qué. Si le di toda mi vida y se fue con mi mejor amiga. Este hombre me mintió. Yo lo apunto con el dedo. Si algún día yo lo quise, ahora cuando lo desprecio, ya no quiero nada de ti. Mi corazón se dio cuenta al fin. Tú no mereces ni una lágrima, ni un segundo en mi mente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. Ya no quiero nada de ti. Y ruega a Dios que no te encuentre por ahí. Ya no te tengo miedo, poco hombre, mala gente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. Ya no me den más consejos. Yo los quiero, pero bien lejos. Cuando más yo lo amaba, es cuando él más me engañaba. Ya no quiero nada de ti. Mi corazón se dio cuenta al fin. Tú no mereces que una lágrima, ni un segundo en mi mente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. Ya no quiero nada de ti. Y ruega a Dios que no te encuentre por ahí. Ya no te tengo miedo, poco hombre, mala gente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. It's Angelica. Sweet style.
Tú tienes que sentir este ritmo y encontrar tu movimiento, entregarse al sonido. Este ritmo te pondrá en trance. Levanta las manos en el aire, sacúdelos, ay qué padre. Continuar con la cintura, este ritmo te pondrá en trance. Ven y mira, luego muévete así. Mira nomás como yo lo meneo así. Trance. Tú tienes que sentir este ritmo y encontrar tu movimiento, entregarse al sonido. Este ritmo te pondrá en trance. Levanta las manos en el aire, sacúdelos, ay qué padre. Continuar con la cintura, este ritmo te pondrá en trance. Ven y mira, luego muévete así. Mira nomás como yo lo meneo así. sentir este ritmo y encontrar tu movimiento, entregarse al sonido, este ritmo te pondrá en trance. Levanta las manos en el aire, sacúdelos, ay que padre. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That last one was Angelique's en Trance. Next up, South Texas Homies. Por fin de CD. Patsy's still on. I think we've got it all squared away. So for those of you that have been waiting, just get ready. We'll be right back.
Dejarte libre a ti. Ya no encuentro al que dolor al partir un gran amor y ahora sufras mucho. El tiempo a mí me enseñó que imposible no será amarnos para siempre. Nunca se logrará, aunque a ti te lastima cuando te acuerdas de todo, de aquellos lindos tiempos tan bonitos que fueron. El tiempo a mí me enseñó imposible no será amarnos para siempre. Nunca se logrará. Aunque a ti te lastima cuando te acuerdas de todo, de aquellos lindos tiempos tan bonitos que fueron. El tiempo a mí me enseñó que imposible no será amarnos para siempre. Nunca se logrará.
Yeah, por fin decidir, South Texas Homies. Thank you very much, guys, for covering it. She's back. Yes, she is. Let's see here. Let me get this right. Hit the right button. Welcome,
You're
Miss
back.
Torres. Yay, yay, you're back.
And I can see you now. Yay. And hear you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, back in our day, we didn't have to deal with a lot of this technology stuff, right? Uh-oh. Let's see here.
I know. I mean, it's fun, but boy, when something.
Yeah, it's real obvious.
But I thank you.
Okay. I can still not hear your microphone. I'm sorry, Patsy.
Oh, you
Oh,
can
you
hear
can't
it?
hear it?
No, I can hear your phone, but I can't hear you.
Oh, wow.
Wow. On.
Okay. You there? Hello?
I just put my phone on mute.
We lost.
I put my phone on mute. I think it's
Yeah, it's feeding back into the microphone, and I can't hear you. Well, let's do it this way. How's this? Are you
feedback.
still?
Okay.
I can hear you on the phone now. We got you connected on the phone. So, how's that?
Okay. I guess it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me.
There we are. No, I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay, here's phone on. Here's phone on mute.
Yeah, I can't hear you from your. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Try it one more time.
Okay. All this
Well,
stuff keeps saying
it did not work.
that there's problems.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to do it with a phone call then. Let's go ahead and get her off of here real quick. And you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Well, if those people that are listening in on the show, if you can hear her, just go ahead and give me a call or give me a buzz, would you? Oh, awesome.
I'm
I'm
here.
here.
We're gonna get this one of these days, you know. We're gonna get it. So let's talk about your album real quick. Obviously, you won the award. Uh, you've got two good songs that you're already have the Puro Party, and obviously, Fake News is also one of my favorite ones. But you have so much fun in your music videos. What is it? What's the next song that you're looking to push out, or are you going to just concentrate on this one that you're working on right now?
Beast. It's one of my favorite ones. It's called Baila como las falsas. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
No, these are those politicians about their forked tongue and their lies and their poison in politics. But then I made it like it's dancing like a snake. But it's kind of got undertones of hypnotizing people and lying to them and making them dance them his way. So it's kind of a play on that. It's kind of political, but it's a fun to do about this guy that dances like a snake and he's hypnotizing everyone to dance like him. And it's a fun. I really like that song. It's one of my favorites off the album because I wrote most of it. Everything.
You wrote most of the songs.
Oh yeah, I was so proud when I got the album of the year because I wrote that during the pandemic. When everything had stopped. There was no shows, no interviews, going out and sit and watch something, right? And I came up with Noticias Falsas because I started reading social media and the news. I guess the craziness. And I was like, oh, I'm so sick of these noticias. After that, Baila como la culebra. And then I said, I better do something nice. So then I wrote Dame.
Yeah, you're
But a
break.
song after all my meetings. So every
Well, you froze up again, Patsy. And I think what
song
you're
was inspired that I put on there, and one about my father.
Can you hear me though?
now I can hear you a little bit. You come in and out. Which just to recap.
Coming out on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm
Coming
back.
out on the phone, right?
Yeah, that's how I was getting you was on the phone.
I think we're back.
Okay, I had it on mute now.
Okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and mute you out of this one because I'm not hearing you very well and I'm hearing a lot of echo. Do you want to
Yeah,
just go ahead and turn off your how's that?
I'll turn off the computer one.
Yeah, well I just logged you out. You should be able to still see me though. Go there you are. Coming back. So anyway, you were talking about your album.
Yes, let's see how do I. It won't let me turn it off.
How's that? Yeah, I have to turn you off over here. Still there?
They're probably like, "This is terrible."
Well, this is one of the unfortunately
Can
this
you
is
hear
one
me?
of the things that we have to go through. Um, it's difficult during this, when everybody's on, all kinds of stuff. If CNN has problems, who are we supposed to be, thinking that we won't have problems, right?
Yeah.
So just to recap what it is that you said that you wrote most of the songs that you were on there, you wrote Noticias Faltas during the pandemic because of the fact that you were inspired by some of the things, the rhetoric that was going on, the political rhetoric.
Yes, exactly.
Even though it was a little stifling at, a poke, it's a fun poke, but it's still, you definitely have a message. That's kind of been your forte anyway. You are a motivational speaker. You are a Christian leader. You're a lot of things, not just Patsy Torres, the Tejano music singer. You are also Dr. Patsy Torres with a doctorate in education. So that's also something that you should, that is not only admirable, that you should be very proud of. And I think it sets us, it shows that women, well, just people in general, can accomplish many things, not just one genre. They don't have to be pigeonholed in one thing, in one thing. So hats off to you. I would take it off, but I have my
Well, thank you so much. You're absolutely right. Nobody has to be pigeonholed. Because people also know that I do a Patsy Cline tribute.
That's right. We talked about that at the radio gala in San Antonio, how you do that. The Patsy Cline tribute, which is pretty cool. And you know what? I've seen some video, and I thought I had some with me. That you're very convincing, Patsy Cline, by the way. And Patsy Cline's vocal ability is not something that it's not easy. It's not an easy trifle that you can go with. I mean, it takes a lot of uh, vocal skill, I would say.
But what I'm so lucky about is my range is the same as hers. I've got the
Right.
low, and that's I guess a lot of the to emulate her. They can't hit those low notes, and I can because
Right.
it was just perfect. So I do all of her songs in her key, and I just read her songs because the best part of the way she sings are all those little stuff she does, and the little trills. And
Yeah.
I love doing those and
The little
imitating
trills
those.
and the yaws and
Yeah.
yes, most definitely. And I think that's what I was trying to say more aptly was that, she's got a huge vocal range, and for you to just for you to
And
take
then
it
when I
on
talk about her,
first is admirable, but on top of that, to be able to pull it off is commendable, because most people don't realize that it is vocally challenging to mimic someone, first of all, and then to mimic their range is just even more so, especially somebody so famous, and be able to pull it off. Because if you weren't if you weren't so good at it, definitely you wouldn't be doing it. You wouldn't still be doing it.
Thank you. Well, it was all an accident. I was doing a fun 50 show with my band and some friends and characters, and my character was Connie Francis because she knew Elvis, and I sang these two songs, and I put Fredericksburg, Texas, saw the pictures, and I didn't say, I'm just here. We are doing our 50 show. So they just on Facebook, he says, "So you do Patsy Cline?" And at the time, I sang the song everybody sings, "Crazy," just with my band,
Right.
just for whatever. And so I just said, "Yeah." I mean, I didn't know they wanted a tribute. They said, "Okay, we want to book you," and I was like, "What?" "Yeah, we do a tribute here. We have Alan Jackson, and we have George Strait, and Tina Turner, and we want you to do Patsy Cline." I was like, "Oh, okay." All right. And we're going to pay you this much. Well, okay. So I was like, whoa. So how many songs do I have to do? Just 3. I can do that. So I just said, okay, signed the contracts. I learned the other songs, went and got an outfit. I used my Connie Francis wig and I just did it thinking, okay, one time thing. But they went, okay, we want to book you again. And then
So it just kind of spun off that you had multiple gigs off of this one incident.
book you again. And then another theater booked me. It's only doing 3 or 4 fun. I'm just that kind of, if singing's not fun anymore, I'm not going to do it. It's just, and if it
Right.
inspire other people. But then a country band approached me and said, "We want to be your Patsy Cline band." I was like, "What?" "Yeah, you should do a whole show. You don't need to be with all these other tribute people. Do a whole show." And we with them over lunch, and next thing you know, we have and I tell her story. We play videos, effects. I do costume changes from the 50s to the 60s, and the people love it because they love Patsy Cline. So I'm doing my tocaya.
Yeah. And so it's that's the evolution of Patsy Cline and well, Patsy Torres doing Patsy Cline, which is pretty awesome to go from just an accidental, incidental kind of thing to now a full blown production, which is like I've said, I've seen pieces of it, and it's really impressive. It's very there's great production quality there because, like you said, not only is it just the
Thank you.
Connie Francis wig, but you still have like the whole dress and everything. The period dresses is really what
Bought
seals
another
it,
wig.
cements it, because then it becomes yeah. That
No,
well,
I got
I was
2 now
that's what I
because
was
of
wondering because yeah, because it looks. I mean, you look spot on, and I've seen fan pictures as well of you, together with them and your thing. But this is an interesting part of a different part of your career because I remember you from you know um, back in the day. I shared this story with you once before, and I, I I saw you, and I was going to come up to you, and I was like a big fan, and I was supposed to ask you some questions for on the network, and
you
I
forgot.
I, I forgot what I was supposed to. I forgot what I was supposed to ask, and I walked up there and I said hi, and you were like, "Oh, hi," and that was it.
You didn't.
I walked away. I didn't know what else to say. I didn't. It was just, what am I supposed to do? I was,
Aw.
I was embarrassed. And then even today, uh, our, we have a mutual friend, Rosie Allison. She Rosie Allison Promotions, and her and Cynthia,
Oh,
they work
well, if she's
together.
listening, hi, Rosie.
Yeah, and she was like, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous?" And I was like, "I'm nervous now," because she knew that I was in anticipation of talking to you and everything else. And so it was one of those things that uh, uh, I, I'm glad that you're here, and
Thank you.
I'm a true fan. I you know I followed a lot of your career. I like a lot of the different things that you did outside of Tejano music because it wasn't just solely Tejano music you concentrated on. Once again, we mentioned the fact that you are a motivational speaker. You've talked a lot to, yeah, and you did your although your speeches and your motivational speeches are more centralized Christian wise, but you center a lot with towards women, and that's a movement that's just recent here, but you've been doing it for a long time, especially considering.
Really big girl power.
Yeah, and it shows because you were one of the few back in the day. Everybody was, it was Emilio and Ram and Bobby Pulido. I mean, not Bobby Pulido, Roberto Pulido, and all of them. And here you are shining up and winning awards and stuff like that. Winning awards before Selena. People think that like the female Tejano Music Award was just her. No, it was. There were a lot of people up there before, and you had some uh, good colleagues with Elsa Garcia as well. In that same
Yes.
genre, but you still you shine through. And might add, what I really loved about your earlier in your career, you did a lot of music videos that were kind of like what we saw in the 80s MTV, the late 80s MTV, which was
It was
really, really
actually
cool.
played on MTV. My first, I was the first one to do a music video, and it was on film. It was called Lover to Lover, and it got played on MTV. Because MTV was new, and they needed
Right.
videos, and I was getting all this airplay. But then all the big rock bands, they started making the videos, and then mine
Yeah. It was great to
took a
see.
while.
It was great to see that. It
Like
was
that.
great to see that because then it legitimized the music as to me, that hey, this is something that's real. And then on top of that, the fact that it was so well done and you danced, you were dancing before lots of people dancing before, you know, back in the day for those people that don't know, in the early 90s, Tejano music, guys were just standing up there, just moving back and forth.
Yeah.
That was it. But you had dancers, you had everything. You're very progressive, even then when most people were
Yes.
very restrictive.
Yes. I guess I have to move when I perform. I can't just stand there. Music share to make people happy, to make people think about.
Yeah.
Once someone cries, you made me cry. Up, work is done.
Yeah. You
For
owe me
instance, we
five
have a big
dollars. No, just
concert
kidding.
coming up. No. Well, this Saturday, I'm performing in
That's right.
Pleasanton, and I'll be there with Javier Galvan.
That's
It's
right.
going to be one of his first.
Yeah, he's a new artist, Javier Galvan, and it's going to be in Pleasanton, Texas. Um, Give us a little bit of background. When is it going to start, and where can we get tickets, or are there any tickets left?
So I
Okay,
just
so
I
he's
spoke to him
frozen.
yesterday, and he's in people's eyes and open our arms up to people for faith. So it's free food, it's free door prizes, free sodas, free music. Everything is free. The only thing that we get donations for is our merchandise. We'll be there. We'll be there with our CDs and our T-shirts and our caps and everything, and enjoy the music and the Holy Spirit. And all of us, we give our testimony and sing Christian music, and it's beautiful. We left every time we do these concerts, but they've been canceled because of the pandemic. Again, free, and it's first come first serve because we can only fit so many people in there.
Hmm.
I think the limit.
Patsy, You broke
It's
up.
about four or
Could,
500.
yeah,
So just
you
first
kind of
come.
broke up there just a little bit. Can we go ahead and just so that way I can be sure that I get that
Sure.
information across? It's going to be in Pleasanton. It's going to be at the Civic Center, correct?
Yes, Saturday,
Saturday.
1 to 5 p.m. It
Saturday
is.
from 1 to 5 p.m. It's going to be Patsy Torres. It's going to be Javier Galvan. There's going to be free food, free music. It's limited seating. Well, not limited seating.
There's also a choir. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we can only fit
So
so
there's
many
going to be a
people.
choir there.
There's going to be a choir there and another gospel singer. His name is Rusty. He's gets performed with us, but it's just a beautiful event. The fact that we share our testimonies of whether we strayed from our faith and then came back, and what we went through, trials, tribulations, no matter what. When at the end of the concert, we'll always say, "I felt like you were talking to me," because we share this because through anything, just think we have this wonderful life and everything's just hunky dory.
Mhm.
But we have trials and tribulations just like everybody else, and temptations, and so this is sharing, really helps people, and people have confessed there. I mean, it's like I said, come for the music and leave with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, it's it's something that we need nowadays, especially in these times where it's very polarizing. There's a lot of issues out there that are not they're not it's not necessary for us to be at odds with each other if we can just sit down at the table and have a common conversation. But I think one of the things that unite a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us, is that Christianity is central to our heart and to who we are. And to be able to reach out, that's that's really great and really special that you're doing that. And I think that's why we're I'm really trying to push this interview, even though we're running through technical difficulties. We need to get the message out that you are going to be out there available for those people that do need. Not everybody has a great life. Not everybody has great days. We have sad days. We have good days. We have bad days. But we should not only live in the moment, but we should also aspire for the future as well. And thank you so very much for putting that on there, Patsy. And once again, it's going to be at Pleasanton at the Civic Center. It's,
But don't.
I'm sorry.
Yes, 1 to 5 p.m. 1 to 5 p.m. this
1 to 5 p.m. this Saturday at the Civic Center in Pleasanton,
Saturday.
Texas. Saturday. Choir. There's going to be lots of music there.
Did you hear
Food.
me?
I heard that part, so I'm trying to
1 to 5
reiterate some
p.m.
of what it is. Yeah, 1 to 5 p.m. in Pleasanton. And
Oh, you're frozen again.
yes, that's why I'm repeating it out so that way people can hear it. Those of us that are listening in right now, and um, so in order to maintain that we are, we're going to keep going on with this. Um, Let me ask you this, Patsy. For people that want to get more information from you as far as where you are going to be playing, and
Sure.
and where can they go?
The best thing to do is go to my website, www.patsytorres.com. And there you'll see my latest music, my videos, my pictures, stories. There's all kinds of stuff on there. Of course, my merchandise. In fact, I have my latest album on sale.
Yes.
It's on sale, and if you buy it off the website, you get it signed. So I'm giving them a great price on it and free shipping.
Yeah.
And signed to whoever they want. All the contact information is on there. My email, my phone number, there's an address, there's everything you need to contact me.
Now, PatsyTorres.com. Now, for your Patsy Cline stuff, that's a
It's on
different
there
thing.
too.
Oh, it's on
on
there.
there too. Yeah, when you click on biography,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
in the little chart. Yeah.
Patsy Cline, yes.
I learned to
Oh,
do it
yeah.
during the pandemic because I was like, I'm tired of hiring someone to do this. I'm going to do it myself.
Right. You gotta learn. I mean, my
Yeah.
grandfather, he passed away at 107 years old, and he always said that you the last day you learn or you stop learning should be the last day you're on this earth. Education
Yeah.
is key, and
That's beautiful.
you have a doctorate in education, which is
Yeah.
something. I myself I'm actually 12 hours away from my master's degree in computer science, but oh,
Congratulations.
no, that was a long time ago. I haven't gone back. It's been years since I've gone to school. I'm
Only
not
12 hours?
Yeah. Well, I got busy. Just,
You could do it online.
I know that, but that's not really something that's it's not motivating me right now. I mean, I've got I've got several other degrees, so I'm good.
Well,
you know, after,
that's awesome.
after a while, you're like, okay, so I got that one, I got that one, I got that, and I like to share the fact that I graduated from college, uh, uh, and my father, he only went to the sixth grade, and my mom, she dropped out in the eighth grade. So there's no reason that you can't go to school and be successful. That they were workers, they were migrant farm workers, and so that was their life. But my life, that didn't have to be my life, and so that's why education is such important thing. And I think that's one of the reasons that I admire you so much, because that's also part of your persona is educating people, not only in the spiritual side but also in the education side, and as well, that you went back and got your degree.
Education is so important. In fact, I call myself an edutainer because I'm always teaching something. But, since you've only got, for all practical purposes, you have a master's, you have that research and that study in you already, which is
Right.
why you're successful, articulate and intelligent, and easy to talk to. It
Educate,
shows.
don't hurt none. Yeah,
It shows in the way you
people.
talk and the way you hold yourself. Education makes a difference.
Well, I mean, it obviously it does make a difference. It does help you, and I
Not
think
it's
education will never
the
be a
way you see.
barrier. How's that? That is for sure. It
No.
is never a barrier. It's always,
There's a
it
quote,
always, it always.
there's a quote I live by Gandhi, and it says, "Live life like you're going to die tomorrow." Like when some people, "Oh, I'm too old." No, never too old. No, no, keep learning, keep learning. Don't, like your grandfather. When you stop learning, you stop living.
Right.
So don't ever think you're too old. No, 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 no. Age is just a
Yeah.
number, and mine is unlisted.
Yeah. I used to tell people I know when I'm gonna die because my birth certificate has an expiration date. So yeah,
Oh no.
I'm just playing. Sorry, I'm very self-deprecating, but yeah, no, it's good, and uh, uh, your music, it's
I
very
know.
fun. It's lively. I really do love the that you go that whole range. A lot of your earlier stuff was more traditional, and but you've also did a lot of stuff that really was cutting edge at that time. And it's some of the stuff that people are doing now, it's not necessarily new because you've already done it yourself.
Well, in the beginning, in the music when I was recording, it was always a battle with the company because I wanted to do certain things. They're like, no, you're going to do this song and you're going to do it like this. Fight with them, and my band would fight with them, and then they started. So there's some songs on albums that I hated. I was just like, I didn't want to do it. But when you're with a label, you have to do certain things. I mean, I'd fight as much as I could. Like some of them were really traditional. Now
Yeah.
that I have my own label, I record what I want, and I record a lot of the stuff I write. So there's no barriers now. It's all me.
Yeah. And I think also one of the reasons that it's kind of different now than it was previously before. I know it's a double negative, but but it's the fact that there's more of you with I sincerely believe that all artists, regardless of what media that they create, what it is that they create, they put part of their soul into it, and you're more invested in this current album than you've been in some of the earlier stuff, as it were. um that incident that we talked that I shared with you when it was back in the day, you were just making the rounds. I don't even think that you realized where you were at, because people were like pulling, you had somebody taking you from one person, shaking hands over here, shaking hands over there. And
Yeah, they
it
drag you
wasn't,
all over the place. Yeah.
yeah. And I was the guy that walked up and tapped you on the shoulder and said, hi. You were like, who's that guy? No, just kidding. You didn't. You were very kind. You said hello to me and I just walked away. That's already four times I've shared that story with you. I can't get it out of my head. I'm sorry, but it's just, wow. I made the lights
I
yellow. I made
know.
the lights yellow so that way you wouldn't see that I'm blushed. That's that's one of those things. But no, now that I fully embarrassed myself there, what is up with you after Saturday? Because Saturday's a big thing, and
Oh, come
obviously we've already
on.
mentioned it several times. But what else do you have coming up after that?
Well, I'm back in the studio. We're real excited because we're putting stuff together. We've already laid down one song. It's being mixed now. And the whole band is really excited about everything about that.
Mhm.
I have more Patsy Cline coming up. I'm doing some concerts and some stuff. The festival, they're all fulfilled the contract from the band they canceled last year. So, just for instance, a lot of the stuff I was doing was
Right.
stuff that was canceled from that year. So, because sign contracts, you get deposits, and you know, so even though
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a year later, you're still doing them.
Yeah. You're still obligated in certain ways. Let
Yeah.
me ask you this real quick. How does it feel now? We've had a couple of years where we weren't able to be out and going. We were in the pandemic. Obviously, it's for good reason. You know, I I I preface this with I spoke to Ram Herrera and he expressed how he missed being in front of the crowd and feeling the energy, and that was what he missed the most. For you, how does it feel getting back in front and doing it? Again, going out there. I remember when you walked into the radio gala, you definitely everybody was like, "Oh, that's Patsy Torres. That's Patsy Torres." And I was with my wife and I'm like, she's standing right there. And she's like, I know, Lawrence. And I was like, no, no, she's standing right there. She's like, I know, no, but you don't know. She's standing right there. So anyway, how does it feel to get back into the in communication with other people, with your audience?
Surprised people recognize me so quick. It's like, how do they recognize me so fast? And I was wearing a hat and a
I know
mask.
you were
How
wearing
did
a
you
hat and a
recognize me
mask.
so fast?
And it was bedazzled. Hello, I'm a fan. Of course, I'm going to know who you are. I was like, that's her over there. I saw her. It's like the gates open. Boo! Yeah, there she comes. She's floating on the air and stuff. It's just like, that's her. No.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
I think the best part for me, I mean, is when you're on stage and you look down and you see the faces of the people, how they're reacting. That is what you love. And afterwards, when they're talking to you, and telling you how they missed you and talking about them. I mean, just right now, talking to you, I mean, it's very fulfilling and it makes me happy the things you're saying. I mean, I appreciate it. I really do that you're saying these things. I'm the one with good blush.
No, you're Patsy Cline. Just kidding.
Cloud.
No, I that's one of the reasons that I put that inside the promo video that I made for you, uh, where you were signing autographs. That's one of your consistencies. Artists change, throughout their careers and they do different things and stuff. But one of the things that I've always seen is that you've been very kind to the audience. You've been very attentive. Now, obviously, your time is scheduled and people pulling you here and there. But when you've had the opportunity to say hello to your fans, you've most definitely done it. I know because I tapped you on the shoulder and said hi. You know.
Music it is. It's the way you, it's the way you dress, what the way you hold ever. That's when I really get the input from them. And for me, for them to stand in line to see me, to me that is just, that is so much that can I not give my time when they're standing in line is that part.
Hmm.
When I'm actually looking at them in their, you know, that's the best part.
Yeah, that's something that's I equate it to Christmas. You know, for me, it's always whenever I help an artist or when I help somebody. That's what the best part of Christmas is, where you're just giving, you know, of yourself to someone and seeing that elation, that smile, that happiness that you're able to be a part of. You know, uh, that's a feeling that sometimes we should concentrate on, that we don't get a lot of. You know, and I think if we had more of that, it would be a better place that we would be in. You know,
Yes.
we should always strive to be better people. Uh, our as you know, there's a Native American saying that says, uh, "Your name is not yours; it belongs to your ancestors. So be careful what you do with it. But
Oh, yeah.
your story is written on the stars. Your children will always look back to see what it is that you've done. So the only way to live forever is on the lips of the people that remember you. And how do they remember you?
That's right.
So,
And our music also, what we recorded and how we recorded.
mhm,
And we are a book, and that every meet writes a page in our book. You know, so and
correct.
we write our book. So at the end, you know who's going to be reading our book,
This is true. And then also,
judging us. So I plan to go. I plan to go up there.
yeah, I don't. That's why I've never said anything to anybody about where they're going. It's like I'm too busy trying to get in myself. I really don't know how you're going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to figure things out. But you know, and like you said, music transcends. Music is forever because people. A song can trigger a thought. It can trigger a
yes,
smell. It can trigger a feeling. You know, it does all of these things. You know, and so you have a gift that not everybody has, but it's such a wonderful way that you're sharing your gift with the people, especially with all the different things that you do. And let's touch a little bit on your motivational speaking. How did that get started? How was it that that's something that was it just something motivated you, or did you just
I was asked to start speaking career days because firemen and a policeman somehow I don't. They contacted me. Said, Patsy, would you just go talk to the kids about music? And so I was like, okay, gee, I've never done this before. You know, so I
hmm,
went into a classroom and just started talking to kids, but they started asking me all kinds of questions, not just music. Hey, drugs and the gangs, and I was like, whoop, 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 telling them all kinds of connect with the kids. You got a great message. Would you come back? And I said, sure. So that was Lanier High School in San Antonio. So then they call me back and they go, we want you to come back and talk to our kids. And I go, okay. So I go walking into the school and they go, right this way, right this way. We're walking down the hall. They bring me to a door. I'm like, okay. And I open the door and go right in. I walk through the door and go, wait a minute. This is auditorium. This is a stage. I walk stage and the whole school is in hundreds of gosh. So right away I'm scared. I'm like, I mean, it's one thing talking in a class to 20 kids. It's another one talking to 300 kids and trying to get their
right?
attention. But somehow I did it. And another school called, oh, we heard you talk at that school. Come talk at ours. So instead of classrooms, I started talking in auditoriums. And they'd always want me to sing a song. Patsy, sing a song. And well, I didn't have music with me or a band, so some teacher would walk up with a guitar and says, "I know La Bamba. You want to sing La Bamba?" And I'd end up singing La Bamba or something simple. So
Right.
I thought about it, and I thought, well, if the kids listen to what I say, how much more effective would I be if I was actually performing, singing with a band in my element? How much more could we do this every time, just once in a while? So we did it. The first one we did Jefferson High School. And I met with the school board and they went, yeah, okay. And we did it for free. So, but of course you needed all this permission, but they thought it was a great idea. We did it. It was a big hit. And there was principals from other schools there. So they're like, we want that concert. We want that concert. So of course it was free. So yeah, we stepped in and we said, hey, we like what you're doing. Next thing you know, we had a 10-year contract with HEB, school after school, after thousands and thousands of kids. And then Arizona called us. We want you to do our state, and then we did Kansas, and then we did Idaho, and just, I mean, we were changing lives everywhere, everywhere. That was my passion. And we did that probably, oh my gosh, probably almost 20 years did that.
Now,
So,
just as a recap, because of the fact that you were going in and out when you were giving that
oh
story.
no.
Oh, it's okay. You started out and you you started off with just a class of 20, and then you started doing an auditorium, and you saw how good it was. You asked your band to help out. And obviously, they decided they would, and when you did it before the school board. The school board obviously they said okay because it's a free concert. You had
Mm-hmm.
it's a performance, but HEB got involved. For those people that don't know, HEB's headquarters is in San Antonio, and they became a major sponsor for you, enabling you the opportunity to not only perform in schools in San Antonio, but down in the South and all throughout Texas. And that's where you went to. And then that's when you started branching out to other states and still doing the same thing, which is more of a motivational, educational, musical kind of an event that it's a different way to touch kids. Kids need constant, not constant, but they need new innovative ways in order to get to them because there's always new innovative ways to sit there and dispel
Yes.
some of the good things that are in life and tell them that you know there's a lot of negativity that kids deal with now. It's very immediate now, especially with social media.
Mm-hmm.
And so these
Oh,
things, yeah, these things are awesome. And I'm so happy that you partake in that, because it once again, it adds to your character as far as, or it lets people know what your character is like, when you're willing to give of yourself in order to help children, even though you're not doing it in the capacity of your educational degree, you're doing it in the capacity of just being a good human being.
it's my passion. It still is my passion because I believe in education. I believe in our children are the future. And just the fact that we were able to all these kids. The concert used pyrotechnics. We used fog. We had costume changes. I had dancers, choreography, skits, props. I mean, it was a complete concert experience with acting. At one point, I had 6 dancers, so we did with black light. I mean, did all kinds of music because kids like. And of course, at the end, we did the Hano. So and all kinds of schools. We did all black schools, all white schools. We did Indian school on reservation. They all loved the concert.
Yeah. And that's excuse me. And that's great because you're reaching out and giving it a different perspective for people to understand that there's a lot of times I think what we suffer from is that we don't realize that there's something more beyond our bubble. We suffer from a thing called, egocentrism, where it's just us and everything that's immediate to us, as opposed to there's a huge world out there. There's so many other people that are doing so many different things that you can be part of. You don't have to be just in this little bubble that is home, that is your local community, that is your local neighborhood. There's more, and you can expand out of that. The world is not just there, there's more out there. And I think that's part of also the educational spirit of learning new things and experiencing new things.
Well, that's when we traveled overseas, and we Germany, Italy, Spain, Greece, Turkey, China, Japan, Korea. And most everywhere we go, they don't like Americans. They loved our music. They loved musicians. We were treated so well everywhere we went when they knew we were musicians. Now, if we were just regular Americans out there sightseeing, then it wasn't so nice. When we were just sightseeing, because we were just an American out there. But luckily, because of the way I look, when I was in Italy, they thought I was Italian. When I was in Turkey, they thought
So you were able to blend in with the
I was Turkish. They thought, different. They thought I was local. They would Spanish because they didn't like Americans. So then they think we were from Mexico or Spain. So I was like, street against America when we were in Tokyo. Just one of the things we experienced overseas.
Yeah. No, it harkens back to when I was overseas as well. There it was very different. My participation overseas in the military was very, America the Liberator and everything else. But my brother's his turn was very anti-American. So, but those are the sentiments of people don't realize that America, the view of America is different overseas, and in different countries, even across the border. And so we take advantage of the fact that we call it America, but actually America is a continent. There's a North America, there's a South America, Central America, there's America consists of Canada, Mexico, and the United States. It's not just the United States. And often here in Texas, we call it America, and it's just Texas that they're talking about. So once again, that's the egocentrism that we fall through. And yeah, America, we're America. That's what we are. We're America. Aren't you American? So right. I was like, well, actually, my generations go way back. So, go back where you came from. That hill right there. That hill right there. Mm-hmm. And I'm a patriot. Yeah, well, I served. Did you? A lot of people.
Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for recognizing that. It's a difficult thing. For me, it's difficult being a veteran because of the fact that sometimes we're celebrated, and that's cool, and I understand that. But sometimes I have like almost like an imposter syndrome because of the fact that there are other people that I believe are the heroes. I'm just some guy from Vancourt, Texas. The people that gave their life, the people that were over there. Now, this is true. I did stand on a wall and say that no one's going to hurt you today, but there's so much more people that are deserving. And it's good that it's a good resurgence. When I first started out, military wasn't really as popular as it is today. The veterans weren't as popular as it was today, which is good. Some of my guys from some of the veteran groups that I belong to, especially the Vietnam veterans, they talk about how, they weren't treated very well on the way back. And
yes,
for me, it wasn't it was different, forever will be in my mind that when we were coming back home, after this long, long, long flight, and we're on the bus coming back to the motor pool, and we see all the family members, all the signs on the fence, welcome back, and then all the people holding up signs and everything else. And it's just bittersweet because we get there and we have to be in formation. We have to be dismissed before we can go with our families. We can't just walk off and go. So uh, uh, that's the thing that I'm proud of, is being able to come home and seeing families, seeing my wife, holding up a sign and saying welcome back. So that was pretty good. Okay. Well, with that said, I think Patsy's kind of locked down there. So let's go ahead and listen to her song. This one is Puro Party from Patsy Torres and Michelle Shell.
Right this way to your room, ladies.
Thank you. This is nice. It is nice. Yeah.
And it's just the beginning of the tour, so we have a lot to look forward to.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a work.
There's plenty of food here in the city, but I tell you, there's a lot more to do here in the hotel. That's a Puro Party app. It's gonna take you all over the world.
What?
And in different time periods. This is gonna keep you up all night if you're up to it.
The Puro Party button. Okay.
This
Well,
one, okay.
thank you, Rudy. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure,
Thank you,
ladies.
Rudy. We appreciate it.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's see, sports.
Yeah, I think there's something odd around here. I don't know what it is, but just something's odd.
Well, you know what? That Puro Party button is just like sticking out at me right there. Do you think we should try it?
I don't know. Do you want to try it?
Guess there's only one way to find out. It's going to keep us up all night. Really?
I don't think
Really?
so. I don't think so.
Okay,
All right,
you want to do it?
Puro Party.
Es la hora de fiesta, ¿qué está pasando aquí? Mira todo el mundo que está cantando así. Es la buena música que nos pone a bailar, se mueve con locura y a todo dar. Es original, sin igual y te juro, este ritmo es para ti y es puro. Te enseñaremos ahora sí, porque somos latinas. Y puro party, sangre latina, es puro party, puro party, puro party, puro party, sangre, puro party, puro party, muévete, puro party, puro party, así es, puro party. enseñaremos ahora sí, porque somos latinas y puro party. Sangre latina es puro party. Es original, sin igual y de puro. Este ritmo es para ti y es puro. Te enseñaremos ahora sí, porque somos latinas y puro party. Sangre latina es puro party. 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 Puro party.
You know, that poodle party button is just like sticking right out at me. Do you think we should do it?
I think we should do it.
Okay.
What's that?
It's my alarm.
Your alarm?
It's 7 a.m. in the morning.
No way.
7 a.m. Look.
Let me see.
Oh my God. Poodle party.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Poodle party. That was a fun video. Um, you have
To see my Noticias Falsas video.
I have it. I played a little bit of it earlier, and it's pretty awesome. Because of all the characters that you have, you're always very thematic with the videos that you do, and that's one of the things that I really love about you as an artist, is the fact that you're very thematic. You're visual as well as audio, because I mean, like you said, you put on full productions with your Patsy Cline, with the going to schools. You're always doing the big full production, which is good. Where we're stuck again.
Well, I just love entertaining. We want to do this again, right?
Right. We want to reschedule, work out all the bugs. We have, you know, um, maybe it was a solar flare, maybe it was the moon, maybe it was just Lawrence just not being ready. I'm too nervous. Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
But
Maybe it's the devil.
oh, it's
Did it. He
right.
doesn't want us to
Well,
talk about
we have the message is still there. Tomorrow, I mean Saturday, Pleasanton. Go ahead, coming out, Pleasanton Civic Center. It's going to be a great show. Obviously, you have lots of new artists that are also going to be performing, and it's their first time. Always give them support. Remember, in order for Tejano music to survive, in order for it to prosper, we also we have to go and go to the shows, but most of all, to support your artists, you buy their merch. www.patsytorres.com, and you're going to get the information that you want. She's got some merch. She's got a CD out, which you so generously gave to me, which is really awesome. And yeah, that's the one. And nominate, I mean, not nominated, the winner, the Hano Music Award winner for Album of the Year. Lots of great things coming. We only touched the surface of what it is that is your career, and not because it's not solely because of the longevity of it. That's what is a moniker of a good artist. It's the longevity of the career, but also the expanse of what it is that you do, the wide variety of different ways that you express yourself artistically and holistically, which is really an impressive thing. So, with that being said, we are going to reschedule this interview so that way we can get just a cleaner interview
Thank you.
and share more information, because I think you have something that is valid, that is very informative, and something that people need to hear. And as part of the media, as part of you know the station that provides entertainment for people, I also think that we should also have a good message to share. And you definitely have a good message.
Well, I really like to feature our new single on our next interview with you.
I'm sorry.
Feature the new single
No, ma'am.
with our next
The new
interview.
single.
No. Yes,
No, I,
I'd
I
like to
heard.
feature it in our with your
Uh-huh.
feature interview.
Oh, well, that's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome. I would love that. Yeah, of course. Well, I already have trouble talking to you, so that's not fair. But yes, of course, you're welcome anytime. Welcome back anytime. All artists have. Uh, this is a platform. When we started this, I started this for mostly for my military personnel, my people that, served in the same unit as I. My unit, the 24th, it went from the third battalion to the fifth battalion. It's been changed over years. My particular unit was decommissioned back in '96, I think it was. But those soldiers have moved on, and um, when I was overseas, the whole time my wife wrote me a letter every day, and uh, it was really cool. However, I didn't get it until I got on the plane on the way back. So such a long,
What? That kept you
yeah.
busy
So it's such a long
the whole way home.
yeah,
Wow.
and so I read it on the way back. But yeah, it's I know overseas we have, here we take it for granted. We clock in, we clock out, we go home, we watch our TV, whatever and whatnot, do whatever it is that we do. But when you're in the military, you don't have a time to clock out or clock in. You're on 24/7. And when you have an opportunity to get a taste of home, you'll definitely get it. And that's what I hope to do with the people that are listening in overseas. That is why that is the main focal point of this radio station, is to try to get the word across. So, we have people all over the world that listen in, from United Arab Emirates to Germany and Turkey, yes, and all of them. So um, it's it's been a
Wow.
pleasure, Miss Torres. Yes,
We can't thank this is the work and not just them, but their families that have to be separated from them. I mean, thank you, and thank your military listeners. And God bless you. Thank you.
thank you very much. And you're right. That's one of the things that was kind of embarrassing when I first realized. I used to say when I was in the military, when I was in the military, and actually it's when we were in the military. I was overseas, doing my thing, but she was here, and she was here in a state that she'd never been before, and by herself, and so the spouses, they deserve just as much recognition as the soldiers themselves. I couldn't have been the person that I am without her, so that's definitely the case. Now we're gonna go ahead and sign off. We're gonna sign off real quick, but I want to give you this opportunity to go ahead and express your message, whatever it is that you want. I know it's kind of in and out, and if you start breaking up, I'll jump in so that way I can kind of reiterate what it is that you say.
Well, I just
Okay, you ready?
want to thank you. Thank you for having me here. To all the listeners and the people that are watching right now, as we said, thank you to our military and their families. God bless you for what you do and continue to keep you safe. Also to the children out there, if there's any children listening, we talked about how important education is. Make get your education as much as you can, because it really is in life, because that's the biggest part of success. And anything you want to get into, be educated into. For contacting me, it's patsytorres.com. All the information is there, including the Patsy Cline Show, our show, phone numbers, merchandise, everything, the latest album, which is on sale right now. That's all there too. So thank you. And I'm hoping to soon, we're going to do this interview again, but with my brand new single off a brand album yet. It's that new, but we're going to be releasing a single and working on a video also. So a lot of stuff to do. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And God bless you all.
Thank you for that, Patsy. Real quick, I wanted to share with you. There's a band that I really really enjoy. They're from in El Valle, and their lead singer is Candy Ramirez. They're called the Chicano Revolution Band, and she says that here. Let me put that up there for you. I don't know if you can see that. It says, "Hi, Lawrence. Saludos to Miss Patsy Torres. Awesome interview. I'm not mistaken. Miss Patsy Torres was one of the judges at one of her competitions where she participated in high school there in San Antonio with the Mariachi Vargas."
Yes, yes.
So
I was one of the judges.
that's so let me finish reading the rest of it because
Hi,
I could.
Candy.
Yeah, she was Mariachi
They
Vargas
call you
de
Candy because you're so sweet.
Tecatlan. I don't know how to
Yes.
say that. And it was called Ford and Lincoln Mercury, which was such awesome for her. Candy Ramirez, lead singer of Chicano Revolution Band. How about that? Now you're interviewing, I mean, you're inspiring other
Oh,
bands, that are coming up now.
sigue adelante, that Candy.
Well, thank you so
Gracias.
very much, Dr. Torres. I really do appreciate all the time, and I'm sorry for all the technical
Thank
difficulties,
you.
but
I
we'll get
appreciate
this all
you.
squared away. We'll get this squared away
Yes.
definitely for sure. Excuse me. And for all those that were listening, and I'm sorry for those that were visually, we had some problems technically, but we will get back with you. We will feature Patsy's music. Obviously, it's on the radio station. If you do hear it on Tejano Music Radio Station, full disclosure, there is an add to cart button where you can not only buy the song, but you can also buy all of her albums from Apple Music. I do not make anything from the sale. However, I do receive a discount on the mini licenses that I obtain in order to be able to participate with ASCAP, BMI, and everything else. And
That's awesome.
so, you know, thank you so very much for that. But the best way to support your artist is to buy their merch and go to them. Yes, you can stream their music, which I highly encourage you to do. Stream it on social media, wherever it is, whatever streaming service you adhere to. But buy their merch that goes directly to the artist as opposed to trickling down through the system and getting it from there. Are we
Yes,
good?
it goes again.
All right, guys. This is the title song from her award-winning album, Dame tu Corazón.
Gracias.
Let me, I have to.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you. Yeah, there you go. What happened? Uh-oh. It's not playing. Hold on just a second. Yeah, we can fix that. No problem.
Popping up. Woo!
Tú siempre has sido mi mejor amigo, pero ahora quiero más que tu amistad. Cada día mis sentimientos crecen más y más. Estoy aquí a tu lado y segura que te amo. Dame, 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 dame tu corazón. Dame tu amor. Dame tu pasión, oh, oh. Dame, dame la oportunidad de demostrar devoción. Oh, no puedo evitar ni
controlar esta emoción. Dame, dame tu corazón. Ay. Yo ya no espero, eres todo lo que quiero. No necesito a nadie más que a ti. Ya lo tienes, mi corazón y todo mi ser. Solo quiero estar contigo. Escucha lo que digo. Dame, 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 dame tu corazón. Dame tu amor. Dame tu pasión. Oh, wow. Dame, dame la oportunidad de demostrar devoción. Oh, no puedo evitar ni controlar esta emoción. Dame, dame tu corazón.
Yeah, Patsy Torres, Dame Tu Corazón. Thank you so very much for joining us, guys. We will see you next time on the radio. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for those of you that were sticking around to the very end. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the radio. Bye.